Greetings and welcome to another excellent World of Tanks video. I was thinking about making this video and I was struggling with the idea of how am I going to cover adequately the Tank Mastery Badge section and then show the game that I want to show you. And I realized, you know what? I'll just make it into two different videos, an A and a B, or a part 1 and a part 2, whichever one. I haven't decided on that because I just do this on the fly, reacting to what's being done in the videos myself. That keeps it fresh. So I have a killer game to show you, and the second video will probably be available about an hour after the first one, just for the processing time. I'm not going to do anything weird like part 1 today. Oh, come back tomorrow or some other day for part 2. That would be bogus and uncool. So I don't like that kind of stuff. I'm here to help you. I'm not here to abuse you like some cruel person. Anyway, so this video is the first one, and we're going to cover the basics with some ideas on the Tank Mastery Badge. And I'll show you what I've done, which isn't much, actually. It's really hilarious. But we'll do the Tank Mastery Badge, and then we'll do the game action, which is worthy of a video on its own, and you'll know when you see it. So this one, I chose Tank Destroyer because I already had Light Tank Mastery, and I already have Artillery Mastery. Although the idea had occurred to me that I would like to have more Artillery Mastery badges to put on artilleries, but I thought, well, you know what? I probably should finish all of these down the road once, and then the next time it comes around after I get all 5, do artillery again, because I don't have enough of those emblems, those robbers. So that was the thing. So I was thinking about this, going, well, what would be the easiest way to do it? And now there's the easiest. What's the easiest way? And also a second question: what would be the funnest way to do it? I don't know. Funnest might not be a real word, but it's good enough for me. And so that's, and also you got to keep in mind what is gettable. Okay. Now you have to take into account your skills, whatever those skills may be. You could be as good as me in Tank Destroyer. You could be better than me. You could be not as good as me. And it will make a difference. So there's multiple different Tank Destroyers that you could use. Now, I chose SU-76i because it's the one that I tested on the Tier 3 level that I thought was the best overall. And for me, it is. But the others are so good that any of those could be the best for you. And that's the most important thing. So number 1, you need to find things that are good for you. And if you can have more than one of those, awesome, because you're probably going to need it, and I'm going to explain to you why that's the case. You need to have something that you enjoy playing, because this could take you upwards of 100 games to complete. And if you're going through this playing some garbage that you hate, oh man, it's going to be horrible. So, got to keep it fresh, keep it fun, keep it live. If you can go with a platoon of dudes, that would be also good, because it would help, keep it going. Because, for example, last night I was helping 2 different guys finish off long hauls. I wanted to work on my artillery commander. All right, this is a little side note. And I'm like, well, yeah, okay, I'm going to go do it. Well, Bernie shows up and he's like, he goes, I need to finish off my long haul. I'm like, okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm doing artillery commander anyway. So let's just, do it together. It doesn't really matter. I don't have to go by myself. I was going by myself, but it'll go faster if we go together. And it was getting late for him. So I said, let's do this. The speed will be good. Oh man, there was another bonus beyond that. That video will be coming in the next day or two. So keep your eyes open for that. It's a monster. I mean, it's a blockbuster. Going to be a great video. Trust me on this one. But so I spent that time because I have fun playing Sexton Artillery. So if anyone needs to finish their long hauls, I'm like, I'll do Sexton Artillery with you, backing you up, which helps them because it increases the win percentage for that person and will help them score. So we knocked it off Bernie's, bing bang boom, with a couple of, we had 2 crucial contributions. Not even trying, really, just working the long hauls, right? He got done. He's like, great. He's going to go to sleep. Fantastic. So got rid of that. And then, well, actually, before he ended and went to bed, Top showed up and he was like, he needed to finish off his long hauls. I'm like, dude, we're running this. So he joined us for a couple of games. And then when Bernie went to bed, Top and I continued. We knocked off his long haul. Then he goes to bed. And I was like, no problem, dude. I was pounding those out, and I just needed to go and do it. But by myself, it's a little annoying, okay? It's not as exciting to work on this kind of operation, or any operation, really, whether it's a game operation or one that I do myself, like I was working on my commander on my artillery. So if you can get a platoon of guys that you play with, that would be more awesome. So platoon would be very helpful in general. But before we progress, please leave a like for this video. It'll help spread the word. And it needs to be spread because there's a lot of good info that's going to be here. If you haven't considered subscribing, please consider it. Tell your friends. Maybe they'll like and subscribe too. Who knows? Because you'll also get free notifications. And I average 2 videos or more per day. That's the average. And some days it's one video. Some days it's 3 or 4 or 5, whatever, depending. It's all situational dependence. So now we're going to continue forward and look at the more challenges tab of your seasons. Tank Destroyer Mastery. All right, it's pretty basic stuff. You got to earn 100 points. How do you earn I'm sorry, let me do it this way. How do you earn points? What a good-looking question. Okay, the way you earn points is you score class badges. If you're third class, you get a point for that. Usually those are reasonable. Now, I'll tell you in a second what the deal is. If you score a second class badge, that's 2 points. If you score a first class badge, that's 3 points. If you do the unlikely, which I just did, and score your first points by getting the ace tanker, you get 5 for that. That's what I got. Now, I could be lying to you, and it could have been a first and a second, or it could have been 5 thirds, okay? It wasn't. I had 2 matches where I didn't get any class badges because I had a commander with no skills, well, one skill. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to go and build this guy up because I'm just going to go swap out my commander skills for one that had 7. Okay. So the thing is, and I switched to 7. in the commander you just saw, which is the monstrosity. It's Frankenstein from Halloween, but Frankenstein is actually, it should not be trademarked. Frankenstein is a public domain character now because that's from the 1800s. All right, so they could have just called him Frankenstein's monster, okay? And that would have been completely legal. But yeah, whatever. So that explains this part. Well, I'm not even going to touch anything else because it doesn't matter. We're here for tank destroyer mastery. So let's go back to the lobby or our garage. And you could see this guy. And I'm going to explain to you why I went for 7. It doesn't matter. 5, 6, 7, whatever. Okay. But I'm going to show you what I have and why I have them on Tank Destroyer. So you get a bonus lesson if you don't have one of these guys built to this capability. All right. So this guy is a pure Tank Destroyer commander. So what I have here is the Born Leader magnifies the speed of rapid reload and also the accuracy of steady aim. So these top 3 all work in concert. So if you're going to use rapid loading and steady aim, Born Leader will help you in all of those categories. It also helps you in your vision. It extends the vision. In a sniper, this is camouflage expertise. Speaks for itself. Now, why don't you use Green Thumb? 10% bonus when you're in the bush. Because if you're in the desert, it doesn't do anything, does it? Nope, it surely don't. Okay, so there you go. So if you want to put them in order of useful, I always use expertise first, and then if I want to add Green Thumb on top of that for a second layer, bonus. And then if you want to go even more stealthily, go for muffled shot as the higher. And the point is, the camouflage expertise works everywhere, including the desert. On open ground, it's working. The Green Thumb only works in the bushes or trees, whatever, foliage. But so that explains why I use camouflage expertise first. Green Thumb would be a second, muffled shot would be third, because you're going to get more value. The muffled shot only works when you actually make a shot. If you're sitting there waiting and you have camouflage expertise and then Green Thumb, that makes you extra hard to see when you're in the bushes, okay? So that's working all the time. So I prefer to use things that work all the time over things that work part of the time. All right, so now armor angling. This is the only defensive commander skill that will act like armor. Speaks for itself. This one, the quick learner, 10% faster earning of commander skills. Again, speaks for itself. And if you had it, I normally start my commanders with quick learner. This was a special commander that was taken from another tank, and over time, we built it up, what have you. Again, as a sniper, the thing you can use the most, vision. You want to have big vision. You want to have low camo, so you're hard to see. So you want to be hard to see, and you want to be able to see guys at longer range. Now, since I have the binoculars, let's look and see what my range of vision is in this tank. This vision range is only 392. That's the maximum that it can ever have. So, okay, that's fine. There was something I was going to tell you about this. I don't know. Thinking about it. Let's take a look at this again. All right, we got all this stuff. Oh, yes, I know. There's another alternative for specifically this tank. All right. Now this one actually came from a different sniper commander. Now I'm going to show you the one that I helped my friend Armored Wraith. And I noticed this. When I was doing analysis and I was putting this together, and he had a low commander skill commander. Let me get you the information, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, or what I'm about to talk about. Okay, now this is a special setup that I had the discussion with Armored Wraith for the 76i specifically, because of the inherent basic stock nature of this tank. You can get away with not adding the steady aim. The things that it needs the most, and this was the order we put them in, was we put the armored angling for defense. We put the second one, we put the binoculars, because the vision of the tank is technically weak and needs to be, strengthened to where you can get shots on guys before they get shots on you is the key. To magnify that capability, we added camouflage expertise. So we've increased the vision with the binoculars and decreased our visibility with the camouflage. Then the next one he added, because he had only 3, and then we had the list of what to add next. And that is, we put the Born Leader because it helps your reload, your aim, and your vision all at the same time. After all of that, the next one he added was reload, and then after that, added the Iron Mace. The Iron Mace is really helpful because when your shots are going out there 300 plus meters, they're going to maintain more penetration power. So if you want to go 76i and you want to build a commander for that tank specifically, this is an alternate awesome version. Now, the one that I showed you in my tank is a universal sniper commander. I can shove it in I can swap those and add it to any tank and it'll be fine. But objectively speaking, that commander needs the Iron Mace next. But the standard aiming accuracy of the SU-76i is good. So is the reload. That's why the reload was delayed to slot 5, because the other ones were more important. It was more important to have defensive armor. It's more important to have the vision and then the camouflage and then magnifying all the above with the Born Leader. And then we put the rapid reload on there. And you'll see by comparison. And I'm going to show you. This is my reload time is 3.06 seconds, which is fairly awesome. And I think it can actually it might be able to get lower. I got to look and see. What do I have on here again? Blam, blam, blam. No, that's the minimum reload time. And as you can see, I have the aim, and I'll show what the aim is on it. The difference between the commander that I did for Armored Wraith with the Iron Mace is that he's got Iron Mace in place of this one. But the order that we put those 6 was one that we analyzed, and it worked really well. He reported back that it was awesome. That whole thing, all the way through, it was fantastic. So let's look at the gun accuracy. The gun accuracy on mine is 0.35. And I think on his it's like 0.38. It's really not much of a difference. It's very minuscule. So if I'm correct, 36, 37, I think the worst it would be is 38. But It just depends. And like I said, the next thing I will put on this commander for sure will be Iron Mace, because that's what I'm missing from the 6 that he has. I'm missing Iron Mace. He's missing the accuracy. And eventually, by stage 7 of the 7th commander skill, we would both have the same skills, but the order with the 76i, the stock version, the order can be changed to where it's more beneficial earlier, because the things you need, you get those set earlier instead of normally I would do it reload and aim and born leader as the first 3. So that's just a nitpicker's deal. It's up to you. If you're building a commander, etc., look at both of these setups. Like I said, the one I'm using for this tank is more of the what you would call the universal. I'll throw this in here just because someone's going to ask, why don't you have Sixth Sense? Because Sixth Sense is worthless to a good player. It doesn't really help. It's a crutch. It's a crutch for players, and it's a waste of a skill slot. I have 9 slot commanders, and none of those have... I don't use Sixth Sense. I don't need it. Just like I don't use enhanced targeting because I don't need it. Does it look cool? It sure as heck does. Does it help your tank? It absolutely does nothing for your tank. So get rid of the crutch. I replace, as a general rule, and in this tank I did it, I replaced enhanced targeting with advanced optics. And that's how I got the 392 vision. And I don't need Sixth Sense because as you get decent, you should have a ballpark ability to estimate, I'm probably going to get spotted being out here. So it's one of those things. You'll hear the beeps anyway when they spot you. You'll get the doo-doo beep, all right? And that's all you need. So it's a crutch, and it's bad for you, and it's costing you in performance. If you want to continue using it, it's a free country, and more power to you. I don't use it, I never use it, and I never will use it because it's worthless to me. But that's just, I wanted to cover that for you so you can see what that is about. Now let me think for a second here. I knew there was something I wanted to mention and it got transferred to the back of my brain, so I had to hit myself in the back of the head and then bump it forward, which I did. And that is, you have to have this is the secret of mastery badges for any badge, but I'm going to explain the tank destroyer version of it. What you hopefully will find, well, you will find for sure, for example, the ace badge for, let's just go with what's in front of us. Let's not, be theoretical. Let's be actual. This 76i premium tank destroyer. Actually, this is also the first of the super savings offers you will get. If you don't have this tank, super savings offer is like $750 for this tank with a garage slot, and it's going to give you some ammo as well. So one of the guys, I was in a party, and he got the offer. He said it was hilarious because it was myself and Fish and another guy, and I, were just telling them about this match I just had where I got the Ace Tanker badge again for this tank. And the score I had was over 2,100 damage with 10 kills. Okay? And he got the offer right after I finished talking about it. He thought it was really ironic and hilarious. I thought it was also ironic and hilarious. So You may or may not have gotten the offer already by the time you see this video. That doesn't really matter. If you've gotten the offer and haven't taken it up, you might want to consider doing that. However, there is one minor negative. If you're going for this challenge, which of course you probably are, or any challenge, but I'm doing Tank Destroyer. Fish had the observation the last time we had these challenges, and that was you're going to have a hard time. Again, based on your skills, you're going to have a harder time if you play the most popular tanks, because everyone's playing those, trying to get their badges, and that includes a lot of really good players. Okay, and what happens when really good players play a tank like the 76i and score 2100 plus damage in a match, myself included, it pushes the ace tanker badge number up. So it was awesome for me. I got an ace tanker badge with 2100 plus. But if I don't get 2100, in a game in this tank, I probably won't get an ace tanker badge. Now, I don't know what the cutoff number is. It could be 2070, could be 2050, could be 2099. I don't know. It could be 2120. I don't know what the number is. I know that right now, if you score 2100 plus, you'll get the ace badge. But I don't know if less than 2100 will cut it. You do get in badges, the more kills you make, the better it is. The number itself may be over 2200 if you don't have a monster amount of kills. In my game, which I will have in the second video, I'm going to tell you now, spoiler alert, 10 kills, 2100 damage. That is right now guaranteed an ace tanker badge. Now, if you get 6 kills and 2100 plus damage like I got, that may not be enough. It also matters if you win. We learned that when Brownie was doing his Panzer II-G. He had a higher scoring match in a game he lost in the same day as the day he got the mastery badge with a lower damage score, but he won. So winning makes a difference, to the best of our knowledge, and number of kills also affects the end result. It's like there's a hidden bonus calculation that goes for the winning as well as the number of kills you make. So all I can tell you, 10 kills, 2100 plus got me an ace again today. That's my new record. Who knows if I get that again? The odds say not likely. Not anytime soon anyway. I might get it again, but not likely soon. I was very lucky because I was in a mixed 3 and 2 match, so the 2s were lower hit points, so I was able to get more kills because they were 2s. If they were 3s, I would have gotten more damage because they wouldn't have died and I had to shoot them again. So it's a double-edged sword. The 3s will give you more damage to take from them, but the 2s make killing them easier. So it's tomato. You do enough damage, you're going to get it. You could do 24 or 2500 damage if you were in a straight 3 lobby. So that's another possibility. So this one, I would say, is one of the more popular tier 3 sniper tanks if you want to use it. Check into the others. The ones I mentioned, the UE-57 French tech tree, the Marder II German tech tree, even the T-56 American tech tree. Or you can look at other ones. Let me show you some other ones. I talked to Fish. He said, now this is a Tier 5 SU-85, Tier 6 SU-100Y. He thought this would be a good choice. You might be able to score without being as outrageous. That's an ISU 122S. The Slayer is not really that popular in his opinion. He said this might also offer a great opportunity. Now, just for context, my top score for kills in this tank is 5. So who knows what the story is going to be for, as you climb up the tiers. It's going to be different. The numbers are going to be different. But if you find one that's not popular, you'll be able to score and have less competition to get that ace. The ace badge is a toughie. That's the key. This is a SU 12244. This is the HMH ISU 130, which is the Heavy Metal Heroes cosmetic version of the 130. He thought this one also would be quote unquote less popular. This is the T103. This is the same as the Bison, except the Bison has the cosmetic barbed wire. The Shashka, as Fish mentioned, is on sale in the store right now. So he said maybe today you could get away with it. But he said tomorrow, probably not looking good. Helpful hint there. So, and this is just Russian ones because that's what I was using 76i. I have a bunch of other ones. Well, I have several other. So whatever floats your boat, I guess. Let me go look through these. Let's just go with those in general. I'd like to exclude Russians, but yeah, whatever. Whatever, we'll just go for this. We're starting here. Let's go. I would say in general, try not using tier 8s. It's whatever. The reason I would say not use high tier matches take longer. And you're going to find it's a pain in the butt at tier 3 and tier 4 and tier 5. Not too bad. Okay, those are okay. But the other thing you also want to keep in mind, you want to use things, like I said, things that you excel at or you're very comfortable in using. And also you want to try using tanks where you can score well so you can get long haul credit while you're doing this business. The smart guy, it wants to do more than one thing at a time. You don't want to go, well, I'm going to work on this mastery badge and then I'll come back and do these 75 long hauls. Like, genius. Do both. So that's why I want to have something that's fun to play, because then I don't care how long it's taking me, relatively speaking. And I want to have something that I can score well historically. So I have a good score. Oh, well, you didn't get a third class or higher badge. Well, okay, whatever. But, you're scoring well and you're still going to be confident. You want to keep a positive mental attitude. You don't want to go, oh, dude, I'm screwed again, So you just don't want to get down on yourself. But anyway, there's the UE57 Frenchie 3. There's a tiny little freak. The Pack 40, good scoring potential, but it's slower than dirt. If you don't like slow tanks, man, don't play this tank. It's slow. Man, it hits like a hammer, though. So, tomato. There's a E100 Tier 10. It's awesome, but man, this tank is going to take forever. No, these matches take forever at Tier 10, and you got to have to monster kill people. I'm like, no, I may never get a mastery badge in this because I don't care. I play this when I play it to win. Whatever I get, I don't really worry about it. Tier 9, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing Tier 8, although this is good. Scorpion, Javelin is a 7. The Hidden Stug is a 5. Hetzer is a 4. Hetzers are good. This has the 105 butt kicker one-shotting cannon. So this one could be useful. It never hurts to try something once or twice just to see what kind of ballpark you're getting in. You might be able to get a third-class badge every game. Well, if you do that, it will take you 100 games to finish. Just it's up to you. Martyr 38T will be good for me as well. It's a high-scoring tank. It's my highest-scoring tank that I have. But I want to use the SU-76i, just because it's a fun tank. So I'll switch off, and I'll use this for sure. Martyr 2, Tier 3. Very good, maybe unpopular because it has a 4-second reload, and that's the minimum reload you can get. Can't get any better than that. That's its one weakness, is the reload is slower than maybe I would like. But I love the way it traverses right to left. So they all have positives and negatives. This is a tier 2. You can't get this. And if you don't have it, you know you're not getting it, and it doesn't qualify. You got to be 3 or higher. So don't even worry about it. English Diamondback, no thanks. I've never played this tank. Great armor, but it's got the matches will take forever. Excalibur is terrific. This one might be a sleeper, might be a good one for you. This was the first game I got this. I remember playing with Armored Wraith. I killed 2 guys in the very first time I ever touched it. It was fantastic. Tier 6, pretty good. Who knows? Keep it, keep your options open. Super Hellcat, Tier 7 American. All right? Very good. Yeah, a little slowish, but again, if it's feels good, do it. M56, another terrific sniper. But Tier 7, I'd rather not go that high. Tier 6, T78, very good. Hellcat 105, these matches take a long time. It has a slow reload. I don't care for this in general. I wouldn't recommend this one. Haven't had a chance to work on Tier 8 Vipera yet. I got other things I'm doing. But I wouldn't recommend it. Although it's a good tank. It's going to be slower than dirt in the game length. This is M36FT. Chinese. Could be good. May not be popular, which might make it the best. So I probably need to run some M3Gs because, like I said, it's not a popular tank. And the fact that it's not popular would make, for example, if it's 2100 to get it in the SU-76i, it might be 1200 in this tank due to its unpopularity. Not that it's trash, it's just that it's a Chinese one. There's no big zing to this one. So this one might be a sleeper for you. It's a tech tree, cheapo tank. You get it for dirt. So, the only thing it will cost you is $1 million, maybe $1.5 million in equipment. So this is a sleeper tank. This Chinese sniper might be useful. And then we're back to the, Russians. We've already been through those, so let's not worry about that. But I would say sleeper tanks, definitely this one and that English Excalibur if you got it. I don't recommend you going out of your way to buying things that are going to cost you gold to do this. That's not what my recommendation would be. Another thing that this reminds me, this one doesn't have camouflage, but the camouflage is half price this week. So I camoed my SU-76i with permanent camo, 38 gold for each, because this is one of my high priority play tanks. I play this enough to warrant having permanent camo. So just giving you a heads up on that one. I've got permanent camo on some of my others, like the HMH ISU 130. But just giving you the heads up here, an extra thing. So I've covered all the stuff that really needs to be covered in general. Again, get something fun. Get something that you can score in. Try something oddball like the Chinese Tier 3 because it's dirt cheap. You're not going to get, in trouble doing that. Check out that SU-76i for the Super Savings offer of $750. It's a terrific tank. It's terrific for long hauls. Okay? Especially, so if you're good in tank destroyers, it could be a really useful tank long term. And that's why I have camo in it. So that covers all we need to cover in this first video about the operation. The second video, I'm going to show you specifically the butt kicking that I laid down. Now, for those of you who are crazy enough to stick around to the very, very end, I'm going to give you an eyeball view of what's coming in the second video. Okay, this is the Ace Tanker badge report that I got when I made those 10 kills. Pretty darn good. Like I said, the reason I chose it because my top kills were 9. I figured, hey, this is one I play well. I should try this. Well, I had the first 2 games. I got like 1 kill each, and they were tier 4 matches. I was outgunned, and so I said, I need a better commander. And so I went and pulled out that guy. And bingo, the first game with the commander's skills swapped into it. This was the result. Ace Tanker badge, 5 points. You know, whatever the heck this is Spartan or something. Cool-headed, okay. Shell proof, top gun for killing 6 or more. High caliber, that was the most damage. This is duelist, killed 2 guys that damaged you. Bruiser, I killed crewmen or modules. And then this is fire for effect, which is do more damage than your hit points. Now, if you're wondering, why didn't you get the Radley Walters or the Pools medal? Those Radley Walters is 8 kills or more, and the Pools medal is 10 kills or more, but they both have to be 5s or higher. So Top Gun is the highest medal you can get. I think that's correct. In a tier 3. I don't think it doesn't matter how many you kill, you don't get a better killing medal than Top Gun. But realistically, these days the numbers have been pushed so high, you get the Ace Tanker, you feel like a king. I know I do. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know you're going to love the second one. It's going to be fantastic. So please leave a like. Please consider subscribing. Tell your friends so they can have a chance to like and subscribe. I'm telling you, this is good stuff. Use this information. We've used this to profit already on these medals. These, the Ace Tanker badges. Not badges, but the emblems. That's it, emblem. So, thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys in the second video. And like I said, it should be up in about an hour from when you see this one. I will see you guys later. Good luck.